when you guys were kids and you'd have sleepovers with all your buddies and you'd play that weird game where like somebody'd be like, hey, how much money to kiss your mom? And then there'd be one weird kid that'd be like, oh, I'd do it for $1 million. And then it'd get more and more, and like somebody would ask the question like, hey, how much money would you do to pay me to kiss Ray with tongue? And oh, it's kind of gay. But there was that one kid that would be like, oh, $2 million, I'll do that. And then it'd get really weird, and some kid would be like, hey, how much money to suck Billy's dick? And you'd be like, oh, that's really gay. Nobody's gonna do that. Yeah, well, flash forward and ask me that fucking question now. The way the economy is, and I'm not making any money, shit. For 10 grand, I'll suck Billy's dick, I'll suck Ray's dick, and if my mom had a dick, I'd suck that too. You know? Oh. All right. How come people put fruit in salad when there's already a salad of fruit? It's called fruit salad. I tried to think of a really funny joke about rape. So I thought for a while, and I just couldn't think about anything funny. There's nothing funny about rape. I was watching this documentary the other day on David Copperfield, and I was like, God, this documentary is so boring. I wish I could change the channel, but I can't seem to find my remote. It must have disappeared. So I was sitting on the toilet taking a shit the other day, and I thought of this really funny joke. And the only thing that I had to write it down on was some toilet paper. So I'm going to read it to you. I can't read it, it's all smeared in my shit. So, my brother, don't ever let your brother be your designated driver. Because, like, he'll be like, you go into the club and he'll be like, oh, let me just have one. And then like 7 or 8 drinks later, he's out, you go to leave, and your car's missing, and next thing you know, you're like, oh, where'd my car go? And your brother's like, oh, I sold it for crack. I forgot to mention that my brother's a crackhead. So I went to the Jersey Shore to go crabbing the other day. I got sunburned. I spent all my money. What does that say here? Oh, don't mess this one up. So I went to the Jersey Shore the other day to go crabbing. I got sunburned, spent all my money, drank a ton, and had no way home. And the only thing I caught was gonorrhea. So, you ever see those infomercials where the guy, there's a vacuum cleaner that can pick up anything, like it can pick up basically buckets of dirt, bowling balls, and cups of nuts and bolts? Well, this is my impression of the guy who invented that vacuum cleaner. Oh. What's this? Whoa. What's all these? Alan! Alan! Alan, why are all these nuts and bolts on the ground? There's like, look at all these nuts and bolts on the ground, Alan. How am I supposed to pick up all these nuts and bolts? Come on, Alan. Alan? No, a vacuum cleaner's not gonna work, Alan. A vacuum, don't you give me lip, Alan. Don't you give me lip, Alan. Come on, Alan. You know, how am I supposed to, Alan, you see this? I love bowling, Alan, all right? I love bowling, okay? And yeah, and I'm gonna throw you right off that bowl. I'm gonna throw you off the bowling team, Alan. Oh, my bag just ripped. Alan, bowling ball out from behind a big mixer. No, don't give me a broom. What? A broom? How am I supposed to get away with a broom? Alan, come, Alan. Just because you're married to my sister doesn't mean I won't throw you off this bowling team, Alan. Come on, Alan. Come on. Oh, this coffee's hot. Oh, son of a bitch, I just dropped all this coffee on the nuts and bolts, Alan. I just dropped, oh, how am I supposed to pick up all this coffee and these nuts and bolts? And oh, I just kicked over this pot and all this dirt in it. Now there's this dirt, a pot of dirt, and all this nuts and bolts and coffee everywhere. That was my impression of the guy who was ever that to pick up cups of nuts and bolts, bowling balls, and what was the last thing? Oh yeah, coffee. I got one more for you. Oh, I don't believe in self-checkouts at grocery stores because I don't want to work at a fucking grocery store. Thank you. I'm just